everyone and welcome to my channel. It's me, Kaylee. If you are new here, then welcome. I'm so glad you decided to stop by. I hope you will consider subscribing if you like what you see here today. I post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. I post mainly Disney content where I show off my Disney pin collections, and I do haul videos, and I talk about my past time doing the Disney College program and working for the Walt Disney Company. And I'm doing a lot more of those videos recently because I have been accepted to the Disney College program for the Fall Advantage 2021 session, which is super exciting. I'm going back to Disney. But I also post some non-Disney content every here and there. I post some book-related content and some beauty-related content. So I hope there is something for all of you. And if you are returning, then welcome back. Today I am going to be doing a video that I've had the stuff laying here for quite a while now to do this video, but I just haven't had the motivation to film it. But I am filming now, and that is to talk about my Disney College program memories. I got this video idea from Magic with Mare, which I will link below in the description. Her channel is amazing. I love all of her videos. I actually got the Disney College program tag video that I did a few days or weeks ago. I don't even remember at this point. I got that tag from her, which I will also link in the description below. Make sure you go check out her channel. She is absolutely amazing. I love all of her videos and her content is great. And she is also going back to the Disney College program for the Fall Advantage of 2021, so she will also have a lot of DCP related content, so make sure you go check her out. But anyways, let's get into it. I have a bunch of stuff on the floor next to me to share and talk about. I'm just going to put the camera a little closer. So it's not going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to kind of like whatever, talk about whatever. Yeah, so it's not going in any particular order. But I will start off with this. I did not get this during my program. I actually had the frame already at my house and I thought it was perfect. But the picture inside was taken actually during my first week of the Disney College program. We had welcome events every time there was a new group coming in. I was the first group to move in for the spring 2020 session. And the welcome party that we had was themed of good versus evil. So there were 2 character meets, and me and my roommates decided to wait in the very, very long line, which, you know, one of my roommates was a trooper because she did not like character meet and greets at all. She thought they were terrifying. But yet, she still waited in line with us and went and met the 2 characters that were there with us. So the characters that we were able to meet was Sorcerer Mickey, which was really cool, and then also the old hag, from Snow White, which was amazing because I've never seen the old hag before. So this was really cool. But for the old hag meet and greet, we did a joint photo of all of us together. When it came to Sorcerer Mickey, we each took our own photo with Sorcerer Mickey, but for the old hag, we did it all together. So I framed this picture of us, and I keep it in my room. My roommates were all absolutely amazing. I loved all of them, and I keep in contact with most of them still. But yeah, and there's the old hag. Super cute meet and greet. Although, I was a little slightly creeped out because, I don't know, for some reason, I felt like the old hag was too tall for the old hag. I don't know. It was weird. But very cool meet and greet nonetheless. The next thing that I will show are these pair of Mickey ears. Now, they're not really all that special in the grand scheme of things because you can buy these in the parks. They're just literally the regular old Mickey ear hat. But we each did get these during Traditions for free, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, during Traditions, we each got our ears, which is super cool, and a lot of people took pictures with them. I just, at that point, I just wanted to go home, to be honest. So I didn't take the cute pictures in front of Disney University. Very much regret that now. But it's okay. Still have the hat, so that's cool. since we're going with hats, I guess I'll go here next, even though it makes no sense chronologically in the grand scheme of things. But at the end of at the end of any Disney college program, there is usually a graduation ceremony and a party and everything, and you get these ear hats that have the graduation tassel. Unfortunately, since my program was canceled early due to COVID, we couldn't have a graduation and party, but they still gave us the ears with the little graduation tassel, which was super sweet, and I'm very happy they did that because I wanted these so bad. I'm hoping that this time we get to actually have our graduation party because that seems really cool, so I'm hoping for that. But yeah, nice little ear hat. The next thing I'm going to show is a pin, and this pin was just kind of special to me because, so this is a whole story for another video, but actually, you know what, we're talking about memories, so I can include it in this one. So, during my first program, basically how your first week went was you moved in on a Monday, you had casting, so you went and you filled out all of your paperwork and background checks and all of that stuff. And then some people, if their role had to do, like, if you needed a drug test for it, some people would have their drug test on that. I didn't have that role, so that didn't pertain to me. But then on the Friday or Saturday of that week, you had traditions, which is when you get your company ID, your name tag, and the ear hat. Mine was scheduled for Saturday, and I was actually going at the same time as one of my roommates, so I was really excited for that. And then about an hour before we were supposed to leave for traditions, I got an email that I couldn't go to traditions, that my background check hadn't come back yet, so I wasn't able to go. So all of my roommates went through traditions, had all this stuff, was getting ready to go into training and everything and work at their locations. They had their company ID so they could start going into the parks. And I was kind of stuck in limbo. Just waiting. It was a waiting game. I didn't actually have to wait too long in the grand scheme of things. I think my traditions was supposed to be on a Saturday. I couldn't go. I had traditions on the following Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't remember which one. But because of that, I couldn't get into the parks. So I kind of went resort hopping a lot. I went to Disney Springs a lot. And just kind of hung out. I wanted to stay somewhat close to my housing complex, at least until like 4 or 5 o'clock, because of the fact that I was told that they could call you in for traditions at any time, and I didn't want to risk like being all the way in Disney Springs, and I didn't have a car during my first program, so like that was just not. So I usually waited till night to go out, but I did go out to Disney Springs and to some resorts and stuff like that. And this was the first pin that I purchased during my program. And it's really cute. It's Rapunzel. She has Pascal, and she's holding the lantern. I guess I will now show the other pin that I have to share. And this pin is a Tinkerbell pin, which I don't really collect Tinkerbell, but my work location actually gave these to all of us when we started. We had these in our shop behind the counter that we used as magical moments for guests and stuff like that. You can only get them from a cast member at this point. I do believe they were at one point a long time ago sold at the parks, but they are currently not sold at the parks. You can only get them from a cast member. You cannot buy them anywhere on Disney property. And we each got one when we first started, so that was really cool. It says, "Where dreams come true," and on the back even, it doesn't even have the Mickey waffling, but it says, "Where dreams come true, exclusive pixie dust pin." So yeah. So this is really cute. So it was special because when I got it from my work location, and then also because I gave out so many of these. My favorite like memory of making magic for a guest was that I tended to work the closing shift, so I was there pretty much from 4 to 11:45 at night. And so I was working. It was probably like 5 or 6 o'clock, and this little girl and her mom comes in, and she wants to look at our pin board. she's training with cast members and everything, but then we show her the pin board and her eyes like lit up, and she's trading with the pin board and stuff. And I was like, so you really like pin trading? And she was like, yeah. And her mom went to go get their food because the location that I worked at Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa, and they were both like the area that I worked in was both merchandise and the quick service location. So the mom went to go get the food while she was still pin trading, and I was like, so you really like pins, huh? And she said yes. So I went and I got her one of these, and I was like, I have something special for you. And she got all excited, and I was like, you can only get this from a cast member. So I explained that whole thing, that you can't buy it anywhere. And she was so excited, she was like jumping up and down, and she ran and found her dad and brought her dad over. And they took a picture of me and her together holding up her pin, and then she literally went around the whole store, and to anyone who would listen, guest or cast member, she'd be like, look at my special pin. And it was just the cutest thing, and I love that memory so much. It was great. Alright. The next thing is this random Wild About Safety tip card, which is really cute. I think this is actually a show too on the TVs in the resorts, and on the back it says, it's a rope, not a ride. And they're just like these little safety tips. I got this at a company picnic during my program. During my training at my location specifically had a company picnic. So I got to go to that, and it was really fun. We got a bunch of free merch. I actually got a hat that had Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa on it, also from that picnic, but I don't know where it is at the moment, otherwise I would show it. But it was just a navy blue baseball hat that said Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa. I'm trying to like find things. Okay, this was also from that same exact event, so I'll show this next. And it says, Disney Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa, a Disney Vacation Club resort. Thank you for believing in our journey at Disney Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa. Signed by Bill Thompson, who is the general manager. And it just came with this Frozen 2 button, which is really cute. Alright, the next thing were these, like, it was this lanyard. I don't know what happened to the clip to actually clip it on here. But we got these at the beginning of our program. The lanyard just says Disney Internships and Programs. And then the little wallet case also just says Disney's Internships and Programs. It's this little black wallet, blue on the back. It velcros. And you could put your ID, and there's a little like zip pocket. I usually would put my apartment key in the little zip pocket and my housing ID in this one. I didn't put my blue ID in here because at my location when we were backstage you had to have your blue ID showing, so that didn't really work. But I put my housing ID in here so when I got onto the bus I could just open this. Alright, the next thing, this is what I kept my company ID in. I got this for free at that same company picnic thing that I was talking about earlier. And it just has this little pouch to put your ID in. And then there was like a little chime, and it's the Disney Aspire celebrates one magical year, 2019. Why I got this in 2020, I don't know. But they were talking about the Disney Aspire program, so this is the one we got. I was like, it's free, why not? And then, of course, my name tag. And I do actually have a funny story about this. So, as a college program participant, usually your university is listed under here. But during my traditions, they were calling everyone's thing to give them their name tags, and they called Kaylee, Bristol, Connecticut. And I was like I kind of waited for a second, but then I was like, no, that has to be me. Like, that's where I'm from, that's my name, and no one else popped up. So I went and got it. And I thought it was strange that it had where I lived instead of my college. So I thought maybe it was because during my program I had already graduated. I applied after I graduated from college. So I thought maybe that was why. But then I went back to my apartment, and two of my roommates also had graduated college already. And theirs both said their university. So, I don't know. I guess I was just special. It was a great conversation starter, though, because ESPN is in Bristol, so, like, all the dads and stuff were like, ESPN, even though I don't know anything about sports. And then I also have my self-admissions pass. This is just really pretty. I don't know if it will work. Like, I mean, I know right now it won't work, but I don't know if, since I'm going back, if they just reactivate this, or if I get a new one entirely. I'm not really sure. I'll probably bring it just in case. This was my magic band during my program. It's really cute. It's a limited release magic band. My parents actually got it for me before my program started for Christmas, and it is the Fantasyland limited release band. It's just simple white, and then it says Fantasyland. It has Cinderella Castle with some Mickey balloons. It has Donald's going into the wall from Mickey's Thriller Magic. It has the pirate boat from Peter Pan's Flight, and it has A Small World. And then on the other side, it has Dumbo. I'm gonna guess that's Beauty and the Beast Castle. Beast Castle. It has a teacup, a carousel horse, and the ride vehicle from A Seven Doors Mine Train. So super cute. Love this. The next thing are just some postcards. I bought a whole pack of these. They came with a bunch of them. They came with all of the park icons, a Disney Springs one, some of the different characters. And actually, when our program ended, I wrote these really sweet notes to all my roommates. And I had some leftovers, so this one's just really pretty of the castle. And then I got this one. I actually got this one at Cast Connection for like 40 cents. So Cast Connection in Walt Disney World, it's actually called something else in Disneyland, but in Disney World, Cast Connection is the cast member store that you can get things for really discounted prices. Obviously, I got this for 40 cents. So, yeah. I just thought it was really cute. Not a whole lot to it, but I thought it was really cute. It was such a process getting there, though, because I didn't have a car. You had to take the bus, and the bus took like an hour and a half. It was a lot. So it was like this whole process, but it's fine. Also, on my last day working for my program, I got this really cute Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa ornament. Just a Mickey ornament. It's just really sweet. And I don't use it as a Christmas ornament. It actually hangs next to my bed, because it's just a reminder of my program and the amazing times that I had there. They were great memories. I loved it. Alright. Speaking of my last day, I'll go to this. So this is just like, it's literally just a note card, like a flashcard, but someone was walking around, and obviously it was a really hard time for all of us cast members who were in the college program, because we were sent home. Some of us had only been there for a week, and they literally just finished traditions, and they were being sent home, and it was really hard. So during that last night, someone was coming around, and she asked me and some of my fellow cast members if we were CPs, and we said yes. And she had these, and she was like, I know they're not much, but I hope they bring a little joy to your last day. And I cried like on the spot, because it is something just really like small and not much. And to most people it's not much, but it meant the world to me. And I did keep it, and I do have it hanging next to my bed most of the time. But on one side it says, thank you for all the magic. And then on the other side it says, you have brought magic to so many who need it, and created memories that will last a lifetime. Once a cast member, always a cast member. Which, like, I'm gonna start crying just thinking about it, because it was just so sweet. It was such a rough night. Like, the store was very slow that night, because I worked at a resort, and people were trying to get... It was the last day the parks were open. A lot of my fellow CPs just decided they weren't going to show up to their last day of work. They didn't call out, nothing. So we were kind of short-staffed, but it did mean a lot. I don't know the name of the girl who walked around. I believe she told us that she did the college program the semester before us. So if by some chance this video reaches you, just know that this made my day and my night, and I cried hysterically about it, but like they were like happy / sad tears at the same time, if that makes sense. But it really meant a lot, even if it was just a piece of paper. It meant a lot. Alright, now the rest of this should be more on the happier side. So this last thing, or not, it's not the last thing in this group, but I just figured I'd show it now, that I got from that company picnic that we got a bunch of free stuff. It was a transportation collector's card. So, yeah, pretty cool. Alright, now I'm going to go through all of the, like, maps and stuff. Oh boy, I forgot something, actually. So, pause this. Alright, I am back. So, first, we're going to go through all of these, like, maps and stuff. So, I do kind of collect park maps and stuff like that. So, I got a ton of them. And I had even more of these when I brought them back, because I usually will put them in magic mail and stuff like that when I send out magic mail. But I kept one of each from my program. So this one is the Animal Kingdom map. And I will get more of these during my next program, because even though, like, they're the same parks and stuff, because now they're slightly different, because they talk about, like, COVID restrictions and stuff like that. So I like to collect them. But here's the Animal Kingdom one. Here's the Disney Springs one. Here is basically the whole property map, which I didn't even know it was a thing. But, like, this is all of Disney World. And it has, like, directions to a Publix, a Target, a Walmart. So it was actually pretty cool. Didn't know that was a thing, though. Hollywood Studios, even though I barely got to go there during my program because we were blocked out like 90% of the time. Actually, 100% of the time. I got in once because my aunt paid for me to go, and then another time I'll talk about later on when I show something else. Epcot. The water parks, even though I did not get to go. I was planning on it, and then COVID. Magic Kingdom with the Happily Ever After fireworks, which I'm obsessed with. And then I have another Epcot map because this one was for the Festival of the Arts, which I was there for. The next little, like, brochure type thing is actually a menu for the Artist Palette, which is where I worked. Like I mentioned, the Artist Palette was a merchandise store, which is the main part that I worked in, but it also was the quick service location. And so there's this menu for the Artist Palette, and during our orientation, it was called Welcome Home, and you got a tour of the whole, like, resort and everything, and they talked about the history of the resort and all that. But then for lunch, they surprised us all, and we got to eat in the Turfs Club. It was not open yet, but they had a bunch of food from the Artist Palette and from the Turfs Club that they let us eat, which was amazing. So good. If you have not been there, go there, because their food is amazing. But they also gave us the menus for the Artist Palette, and they're personalized, which is just really cool. So I kept this. Alright, the next things we'll go to are the Epcot Festival passports. So I was there for 2 Epcot festivals. I had never been to an Epcot festival before, so I was really excited. I was there for Festival of the Arts and Flower and Garden Festival. Now, I was only there for like a week or 2 of Flower and Garden, and then we all got sent home. But it just has a bunch of different, like, things that you can do, all the food locations. There's a bunch of, like, stickers that when you complete something, you can put them down. I obviously did not finish this, but I did start it. I did the paint by number. I don't have the little postcard that it came with anymore, but that's okay. I also looked at the American Gardens Theater. I did the Beauty and the Beast sing-along, so I got a sticker for that. Let's see. I did see the Disney on Broadway concert series, which was really cool. The rest of it is like food and stuff, so yeah, really fun. Loved this festival. And then basically it's the same thing in here, but for the Flower and Garden. So again, I didn't do all of it, but I think I did more of this than I did the other one, which is crazy because it wasn't open for that long before we got sent home. But I had a lot of fun with these as well. I'm so excited that for my the Flower and Garden Festival will still be going on when my program starts, but I don't think I'll be able to get into the parks before it closes, unfortunately. But that's okay. I'm really excited to now experience Epcot's Food and Wine Festival and the Festival of the Holidays. So, very excited for that. Alright, the next thing that I'm going to show is this guy. So this is the second time and the last time that I was able to go to Hollywood Studios during my program, and that was because during my program, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opened, and as a cast member, we had a cast preview, so we got to ride the ride before it opened to the public, and they gave us these little cute ticket things, basically. And on one side it says, "The Chinese Theater proudly presents Disney Mickey Mouse in Perfect Picnic. Enjoy the show." And then it says admit one, and it says number 030420, which I believe is the date that we went to open, or that the ride opened. I'm not really sure. And then on the back it says cast member exclusive preview, grand opening March 2020, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So this is really cute. It usually hangs in my background. And it was so much fun. If you haven't been on this ride, I highly recommend it because it is so cute and it's so fun. The effects are amazing. 10 out of 10 would recommend. The next thing I'm going to show is this little certificate. So when you're in training, there's this little like tag thing that they put under your name tag that says earning my ears. And it kind of just shows guests and stuff that you're being trained and everything. So then after I finished my training, not all locations do this, but after I finished my training, they give you this little certificate that says, "Congratulations, you have completed your training, Disney Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa," and it has a picture of the resort, and then it has a picture of my name tag, and so when you finished, you took the earning your ears off of yours and you put it underneath the name tag on your certificate. So here is the one that I had on my certificate. Alright, the next thing I'm going to show is these like playing cards. So I don't believe they're doing it right now because of COVID, but at the Magic Kingdom there used to be this game, Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. It was really fun to play throughout the parks, and if you wanted to get the cards, you just went to the fire station and they would give you a pack of like 5, I believe. But I got so many during my program, this isn't even all of them, but I figured I would show some of them off. This is like my favorite. I love this one. I'm only going to show a few because I have like so many. So I'm going to show some like cool ones. Love me some Pumbaa. Some Woody. So yeah, this is a really fun game. I hope they bring it back after COVID, but I don't know. The next thing I'm going to show is my autograph book. I loved character meet and greets, and I really hope they bring them back during my program because I want to fill this book up. I did get quite a bit of signatures, so I was pretty happy with that. So let's go through and see who I got. So I have Princess Tiana, Rapunzel, which I was so excited to meet because she's my favorite princess, Penelope, which was a lot of fun to meet, Joy, Mickey Mouse, of course, Pluto, Goofy, Peter Pan, which was amazing because I had never met him before. And I didn't even know he was a character to me, and I just saw him like walk by and I was like, where are you going? And I like followed him till I got to meet him. Cinderella, who was an awesome meet and greet. Elena, Anna, Elsa. I waited in such a long line to meet them. No shame though. Princess Aurora, Belle, Piglet. These next ones were so much fun because I met them when I was with one of my friends that I worked with at the same location during my program, Alyssa. We went to the Crystal Palace together and met all the Winnie the Pooh characters and ate breakfast, and it was so much fun. So yeah, Piglet, Eeyore, Pooh, and Tigger. And then I have Alice, and these I also got with Alyssa, but this is a different day where we drank around the world. Well, I drank around the world. She kept me hydrated. She was under 21, so she did not drink. But I drank around the world, and it was a lot of fun. So we met Alice, Snow White, Donald Duck, and that was it. But I'm going to bring this with me and pray so much that they bring it back because I want to fill this book. And the last thing that I'm going to show, I have shown in detail, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I will link the video where I showed the whole thing down below. This video is getting so long already, but I did make a scrapbook of my past program. I hope to do this again at the end of this program. This I thought was perfect to be the scrapbook album because it says magical moments. But I'll just show some of them. So this page, my roommates and I going to Disney Springs, the welcome party, see that's where it's for Sir Mickey. Then we went resort hopping, me and Disney Springs, after my whole traditions thing that I'm gonna go to. Finally getting into the parks. A lot of Epcot and festival stuff. Character meets. More character meets and Hollywood Studios, finally. Crystal Palace with Alyssa. A lot of food and drinking around the world with Alyssa, even though she was not drinking. More of that day. And like I said, drinking around the world and her water. And more of that. And then this last page, this was me at my work location with one of my other friends that I worked with, me and Alyssa, and then the castle. So that is all I have to share with you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to make even more memories during this program, but I will see you all later. Bye guys.